Yeah, glitch the guarantee. E&E. Put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds like Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no breaks. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gold. You getting misplaced. E&E, the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like Mom mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, info comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard they self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like, push the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Put your boys E&E, you in trouble, kid. Add first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business, starter fees. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. Look. The brother wasn't there. And you already know what it is, man. What's good with y'all on this beautiful Sunday evening? It was a beautiful Sunday today in my city, Columbus, Ohio. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all doing? How your family doing? Your people's doing and all of that? It's a beautiful Sunday, like I say, man. We all woke up earlier today. We've been awake ever since. The Most High breathed the breath of life into us, and we've already got the victory and the glory, man. Already got the victory and the glory. You did. It was a popping Saturday night in the city last night. Columbus, man, was going down. We had Jada Kiss in the building at the Forum. We had my brethren Trip Fontaine in the city at the Lincoln Theater. I chose to go to the Lincoln Theater. You know what I'm talking about? Support the brother Trip. It was a dope show. I can't remember the other guy's name, Leroy. I apologize for me forgetting your name, brother, but the brother was a talented spoken word artist. He did some dope pieces. Trip did some. I didn't even know Trip did spoken word. I didn't even know he did poetry and stuff. It was dope. And it just was a dope experience, man. You know what I'm talking about? And like I said, man, I've always said, when it comes to that whole, and shout out to my brother Red Supreme TV1, aka King Supreme TV as well. Cause he been speaking on this, man. You know, a lot of y'all, so-called pro-black content creators, a lot of y'all definitely don't be holding women accountable in them spaces. I gotta say that, and that's not the reason why I don't engage in interact, because I know what them echo chambers is all about. And now we talk about real shit over here, and I'm not discrediting nobody else. So you're not talking about nothing real. Saying now you're not saying that, you're saying you're not talking about anything of significance or importance over here at Real Talk. We focus on the real stuff, man. But that is a conversation that absolutely needs to be had. This is something that needs to be addressed. It's an issue. It's a problem. It's an epidemic. And we need to talk about this stuff, man. Y'all can't be afraid to address the collective behavior of specifically Black females and how that is affecting our community as a whole. To ignore that is to ignore a major part of what's wrong with our so-called community. Community, as they say in these spaces, or certain spaces on YouTube. All right. But over here, we're going to address everything. I don't give a damn how nobody thinks. We're going to address it tonight. That's the reason why I said something, because tonight we're going to address a little bit of that. This happened in my city. If y'all remember, about a year or some change, a year ago or so, right? First and foremost, rest in the essence to Kia Young, right? The little girl did not deserve to die, or should I say, the young lady did not deserve to die. She did not deserve to lose her life. And absolutely, the situation could have been handled a lot different. I like to say stuff like that because in situations like this, you know, some of y'all sensitive ass, non-content creating fake journalist types get all in your feelings and stuff, right? Especially when I start to get into the subject matter of the show a little more in depth. Because when I'm speaking on the things I'm speaking on tonight, I'm not speaking on them from a place of any type of ill will, ill feeling, or anything. We being honest, and we're going to be real, and we're going to keep it 100. And when it comes to the truth has no regard for person, right? Meaning, nobody's going to get caged, coddled, or any of that, regardless of what part they play in the situation. We're going to keep it 100 across the board over here. We're going to say what it is, and we're going to address what needs to be addressed. So shout out to my brother Red for, you know, making it important to address these issues with our women. With this situation right here is a result of. And we're going to get into it, you know. And like I said, rest in the essence to Takia. The young sister did not deserve to lose her life. She should be here preparing Thanksgiving with her family this week and her children. You know, but unfortunately she is not. And to sit up here and say that Takia didn't play a part in her demise, that is very, very, you understand what I'm saying? That is very, very disingenuous, and it's not actually it's actually contributing to the exacerbation of the negative behavior that led up to what happened to her. And it is also a result of what, like I said, my brother Red been touching on with this issue, this epidemic amongst our women, with this feminism, single motherhood, ratchet behavior culture. No, it's not just our women. It's not just Black women. Hell nah. We ain't one of them channels. This spans all cultures of women. Just so, more so, y'all than anybody else, black women. And it's crazy because y'all not even the majority population. But like I always tell y'all, us being black people, especially foundational black Americans, we are very influential. We swag up. People like everything we do. Even the negative debauchery, I mean, very, very negative aspects of our culture is cool, is hip. No other culture in all its aspects, negative, positive, all on that spectrum from negative to positive, is mimicked and copied and emulated like ours. And my only thing is, one of the major reasons why I do the things I do is because my hopes, my goals is for us to see that collectively, right, and capitalize off of that, right, like how we should collectively. I've always said if anybody's going to capitalize off of our trauma or perceived trauma, it should be us, right? Now, you understand what I'm saying? This situation is crazy. And when this happened in my city a little over a year or so ago, you know, it caused an uproar. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it did, man. It caused an uproar with some division going on in the city too. And this didn't necessarily happen in Columbus. It happened in the city, but it happened in a different part of the city where it's going on into Blendon Township, which is going on into Sunbury and Delaware, in Delaware County, right? But, and this is one of the nicest Krogers to shop at in the city too. I love shopping at that Kroger, man. I haven't been to that Kroger since before that, since right before that happened. You know, so shout out to my brother Rain, man. Court used to stay over there in the little apartments right behind the Kroger. My brother Court, who be coming on the show, he used to stay in the apartments behind there. Right across the street is a spot that I like to go to, or I used to go to all the time. It was called Harry Buffalo. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Blendon Township police ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's why I'm about to play this video clips and all that, man. I mean, that whole situation just was terrible. You know what I mean? And I must reiterate, man, I'm not saying, nor do I agree, or do I believe, or I go along with the thought process that Takia deserved to die, right? Y'all people so sensitive to where we can't even honestly critique sensitive situations without people just going off on, you know, nobody's saying that. You know, she didn't deserve to die, but she absolutely created and contributed to the situation and the environment which caused her to die. We can't shy away from that, man. We can't not address that, not admit that, because that's what it is. Listen, when you go to a store with the intentions to steal, which is breaking the law, understand that as a result of that, you may find yourself in a very, very, very sticky situation where you could potentially lose your life, right? Now, when it comes to Connor Grubb, and I said this when this happened, I told y'all that Connor Grubb was not going to be charged with murder. Like, and this is what I be saying about my people, man. I want y'all to really inform yourselves. I say it's important to do your due diligence and inform yourselves on things. So when you speak on certain things, you want to be speaking from a place of knowing because you did your due diligence. You ain't gonna be sound like a damn fool talking from an emotional standpoint. Because when this involving this situation, Takia and everybody else who was involved was wrong. I'm gonna repeat that. Takia and everyone else who was involved with her going to the store, because their sole mission of going to that Kroger was to steal, to break the law. So everybody in that car should have been charged with her death. Not Connor Grubb. Connor Grubb was merely a police officer doing his job. Now, could he have handled that situation different? Of course he could have. Nobody's never saying that he could not have taken better action, right? But when you think about the situation that led up to that, there was no way that he was never going to be charged with murder as he was doing his job. And we said this, and I spoke from this perspective when this first happened, and I caught a lot of flack from that. I don't care, all right. But there was no way he was going to be charged with murder, y'all. He told her to stop the vehicle numerous times, cut the car off numerous times. And I'm not saying that the situation justified him doing what him doing. In my perspective, I think he could have definitely did something different, right? I could think of a whole bunch of things Connor Grubb could have done different, right? But one thing for sure and two things for certain, I knew that he was not going to be charged with murder in the process of doing his civic duty. And whenever an officer feels like his life or her life is in danger, it is their civic duty and authority and right to defend themselves with deadly force. Let me tell y'all something, man. And I don't know if a lot of y'all know this, but when the police are trained to shoot, they're not trained to wound you. They're not trained to impair you. It is upon their discretion if they do that, but they're not obligated to. The cops are trained to use deadly force. When they are target practicing at the academy, whatever academy of whatever policing agency they are working for, they have targets that have the upper torso only. They're not trained to wound you. They're trained to shoot and off you. Let's just be clear with that, y'all. And I don't think a lot of y'all even understand that. Right? Rest in the essence of Takia, man. It's a tragic situation, man. That young lady should still be here, man. I don't know what's wrong with my computer, man. Yeah, man. Takia, let me pull this up real quick for y'all. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Yeah, man. Takia had two kids, two babies. Right? And the situation right here is crazy because you got to ask yourself, like, why being a mother of two, would you risk putting your freedom at risk to intentionally, willingly go to a store with the sole purpose of stealing alcohol? Right? Now, that's crazy. And to go to the Kroger that they decide, I mean, if y'all was going to try to pull something like that off, y'all to try, and that's why most of the Krogers like that, they start taking the liquor stores up about them. Y'all should have hit up Kroger on Parsons if y'all was going to try something like that. Any other Kroger you can try that out, it's just going to be a good idea to try that. That's all I'm going to say. And the Kroger on Sunbury Road, like, that's not no Kroger that you would, like, for any store is not a store that you would just wittingly, sole purpose of going in the store is to steal. Right? But Blendon Township that's definitely not a Kroger you go to do that. You know, there was no way that they was going to go in there like how they went up in there and just get away scot-free. It wasn't going to happen like that. They were told on before they even got to the damn liquor store. You hear me? And then they just went in there and just grabbed all type of crazy bottles, doing crazy stuff, and just walked out. I mean, how did y'all think that was going to end? When the police officer tells you to stop, you should stop, unless you want to die, or at least you willing to die and lose your life and put your life at risk. Mr. O, what happened, Joe? My brother, Mr. O, in the building, man, representing that Windy City. This is crazy, man. Right? I'm gonna bring a news clip up for y'all real quick, man. Oh my gosh, man. Like, I just remember when this happened, man. Like, this is wild, man. You know? Like, I knew this was gonna happen. Like, I knew this was going to be the outcome of this situation. There was no way Conor was going to ever be charged with murder. It just wasn't going to happen. Them people out there in Blendon Township weren't about to convict him of murder when he was, in their eyes, preventing a criminal from getting away with stealing. Rammed him with her car. Now, whether she rammed him hard or not is irrelevant. The point is, she did ram her car. She did hit Conor with her car. That happened. Right? And in the eyes of the people, especially at Blendon Township, he was justified in using deadly force. Because in his eyes, from his perspective, his life potentially was in danger. And he repeatedly told her to stop, cut the car off, repeatedly. Numerous times. And y'all want to talk about defunding the police for simply doing their job. This wasn't a situation where she was well within her rights to buy the liquor and she got harassed by Conor because he thought she was stealing when she showed the receipt and all of that and whatever. That's not the situation here. For real, everybody who was with Takia when they ran up in that Kroger, they should be charged with her death. That's the real right there. Everybody, it was like two other people I think that was with her when she did that. When they all went up there, she wasn't by herself.
The franchise partner program was something that was good for me. I had always wanted to be a business owner, and I felt like it was
We're going to box cleverly, y'all. Right? We're going to box cleverly, man. We're going to box very cleverly, y'all. Right? Hold on, let me do this right here. We're going to put this back up on the screen, right? What happened? Let's suppress something. What happened? Right? We're gonna box cleverly, man. I'm gonna show that on the screen. We're gonna play the audio from my phone, man. We got a box cleverly, y'all. But you know, I like to show the clips to y'all, but they be tripping with this copyright stuff, man. You know what I'm talking about? They be tripping with the copyright stuff, man. So, like I said, we got a box cleverly, right? It's a crazy situation, man. Wild as hell, man.
Today, a verdict of not guilty on all 6 counts for police officer Connor Grubb. It's a moment that carried clear, raw emotion throughout the courtroom.
We, the jury, upon our oaths of law and evidence in this case, find the defendant not guilty of murder as charged in count 3 of the indictment.
The murder charge carried significant weight for both sides. Minutes after being dismissed, Grubb was seen hugging his lawyers. Today, members of Grubb's team acknowledged that a woman's life was lost and her unborn daughter, which is not something taken lightly. This was the moment Young's grandmother reacted to the verdict.
Mr. Grubb, you're hereby discharged.
Very difficult watching that. Such a sobering moment in that courtroom as the judge tried to speak, telling Connor Grubb that he was dismissed and he was free to go.
10 News' Lacey Crisp was in the courtroom today when the verdict was read. She's been there from the moment this trial started. Lacey, what was the feeling in there like? We even saw kind of a moment of relief from Connor Grubb, and you said he had some tears in his eyes.
He did. You could feel the emotion in the courtroom as Judge David Young read the verdict to all 6 charges. Now, this has been a long time in coming. The shooting happened more than 2 years ago.
Oh, damn, 2 years ago.
3 weeks. Now, the jurors deliberated over 2.
Damn, time be flying, y'all, man. I didn't even realize this was like 2 years ago, man. Damn, time be flying, man. Rest in the essence to our young sister, Takia, man. I didn't realize this was 2 years ago. Damn, it's been that long. Time flies, man. You know. Damn, man. Rest in the essence to our young sister, man. Let's go.
Days, 7 hours throughout those 2 days. And around 10:30 this morning, they reached their verdict. Now, when the jurors walked into the courtroom today, they didn't make eye contact with anyone. They just kept walking straight ahead. But as Judge Young read the verdict, several of those jurors had tears in their eyes. Now, as you said, I was in the courtroom when the verdict was read. I sat right in front of Takai Young's grandmother, Nadine Young. She was overcome with emotion. She was yelling and crying, and family members and some of the deputies actually had to escort her out of the courtroom. The defense attorneys explained after the verdict announcement that Grubb hasn't decided what he's going to do now.
Well, what he told us is thank you so much, and he started to cry, and so did his wife, and they have other things to say, but that's between them, and they're going to need some time on this.
Are they talking about his plans in the future now?
We haven't talked to him about that. It's
one day at a time.
Yeah, it's one day at a time. If it's a not guilty verdict and your life goes on, you're always affected. Like we said in this case, everyone in that court is affected from this, and it will impact them for the rest of their lives.
For sure.
So I also reached.
For sure, man. I mean, the whole community is affected by this, man. But we got to be honest, and we got to address this situation from all angles. And this is what I be talking about when I say how our society is set up to create the environment for situations like this to happen. And y'all got to be able to understand how these are being used to bring about a certain end. Think about when I talked to y'all about HR 1955. Violent radicalization, ideologically based violence, homegrown terrorism. Y'all gotta be able to understand how even this situation right here, rest in the essence to our young sister Takia. This situation right here is what HR 1955 is all about. Let's go. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Share on social media. Let's go.
Out to Glendon Township, and Chief John Belford said in his statement, "This was a tragic event. Now that the jury has cleared him of any criminal wrongdoing, I'll be recommending to the trustees that they approve of putting Connor Grubb back on paid leave." Reporting live, Lacey Gross, 10 TV News.
Lacey, thank you for your excellent.
You get $25 to $250 in cash advances sent to your account. Download Rant Cash Advance from the App Store today.
Bored after work? This app finds local single girls in seconds. They'll message you first. No more useless swiping. No get.
Now to the first day of testimony in the trial of Glendon Township Police Officer Connor Grubb. And some graphic evidence was shown to the jury. Steve Levine is following this live at the courthouse. Steve?
Mike, special prosecutors from Montgomery County now presenting their case to the jury.
Glendon County Police Officer Connor Grubb appeared in court by video from jail Wednesday, a day after turning himself in for murder, manslaughter, and assault in the death of Takaya Young, a black
Takaya, my bad, Takaya.
Lot of Kroger after being accused of shoplifting. Special prosecutor Richard Glennon says the body camera video of the incident is evidence enough that Grubb used excessive force.
Everyone has seen the video. The officer is the only person who posed a threat of serious physical harm to anyone. He's the only one who created a risk of danger to others in the community and everyone else who was present outside of Kroger that day.
Body camera video from August 2023 shows an officer ordering her out of the car. Young and the officers begin to argue. She turns the steering wheel to the right, and Grubb fires his gun when the car rolls forward. Defense attorney Mark Collins says the video shows the shooting was justified.
It is clear he's standing still. It is clear that the car hits him. He puts his hand on there to hopefully stop it, and he gets knocked off from there. That's clear. He didn't jump on the car.
And he didn't, y'all. He just didn't. I know as bad as people might have wanted him to, but when you look at the footage, man, the footage says something different. When the police officer told Takaya to stop the car the first time, she should have stopped the car. She should have stopped the car. She should have put the foot on the brake. She should have put the car in park and turned the engine off. What did y'all think was going to happen, man? Y'all are on camera stealing, putting bottles in y'all's bags. Y'all have the bags of alcohol in the car, which were recovered from the car. Everybody saw y'all. What did y'all think was going to happen? Especially, listen, when the police officer tells you to stop, and he has or her, she has his or her weapon drawn, you should stop and do everything they tell you to do. I want y'all to understand that if you were in a situation like this, and the police officer tells you to stop, freeze, don't move, and you don't, you just increase the situation to probably not work out in your favor. Crazy, man.
He's given his life to service our country and our community, and he's going to do whatever we ask, and he's going to, go through this. He didn't have to provide a written statement. He did. He didn't have to do a walk through the scene. He did. He has nothing to hide.
Grubb has been a full-time officer with the township since 2019 and has been on paid administrative leave since the shooting. On Wednesday, a magistrate set his bail for $250,000 without a start date for the trial. The family's attorney, Sean.
The officer told them numerous times to get out of the car, and they did not. Numerous times.
Says the road ahead will be a long one for the young family.
It is a long journey from here. The charges took a long time. The trial will take a long time. And, you know, there's a lot of uncertainties. And so they have to not live within day-to-day here the best they can. But it's tough because they're going to go home and think about this. Tomorrow they're going to think about it. And every day until there is a conviction. So let us stand strong until conviction.
Why?
There was no way that Grubb was going to get convicted of murder. It just wasn't going to happen. Right? Now, bigger issue with this story, right, is this is a result, right, ratchet culture, single motherhood, all the stuff my homie Red was talking about that all these so-called pro-black platforms, content creators, non-content creators, most of them, don't address, as if this is not something that is rampant amongst our women. This behavior, and the attitudes and the social tropes that contribute to the acting out, if you would, of this behavior. And this is what it looks like, and this will be potential ending results of it. Try to understand when we critique this from this perspective, it's not even nothing against Takaya individually, personally. Because like me and others, I don't know Takaya, so it can never be personal. But Takaya definitely represents a huge portion, specifically of Black females. We cannot deny that. We cannot shy away from that. We cannot not address that and act like it's not an issue. Like this collective behavior is not contributing to negative aspects of our community and our image collectively. Right? We ain't got no problem addressing the YNs, the gangbangers, the dust hustlers, the pimps, the whoever. We ain't got no problem addressing them. But when it comes to addressing our women, that's taboo. Not over here at A Real Talk Podcast. Everybody's going to get critiqued to the fullest, even me. Right? And I repeat, Takaya did not deserve to lose her life. She should be here. She should be here planning Thanksgiving with her family, like I said. But due to her own actions, her own willing intentions to go to Kroger and steal alcohol, led to her losing her life. Right? Because I'm pretty sure if she had the money to purchase the alcohol, like most of us who would have, if we had the money, we would have definitely went up in there and paid for our alcohol. I don't know too many people who would have a pocket full of money and still try to go do some dumbass shit like that at the Kroger on Sunbury Road in Blendon Township on your way into Delaware County. I don't know no person who would be that stupid enough to do some shit like that, even contemplate it. Last thing I'm thinking about doing is stealing anything if I have the money to pay for what I want. That's most people. It's a small percentage of us, specifically of us Black folks, who think like that. Have a pocket full of money and say, fuck, I'm going to go in the store and steal anyway. drove all the way up to Kroger on Sunbury Road in Blendon Township just to steal. And I said this when this happened because we had a show on this. Connor could have done a whole bunch of things different. If he was going to shoot his gun, he could have just shot the tires out. He didn't necessarily have to shoot them or shoot her. 100%. Right? There's a whole bunch of things Connor could have done differently. He could have shot the tires out if he was going to fire his weapon. Right? Right? There's a whole bunch of stuff he could have did. Right? But when you think about it and you look at the video, there really wasn't too much he could have did. The only thing he could have done is shoot the tires out. Because after the one officer who approached the vehicle first, and I would show y'all that, but I'm just not going to show y'all that. Y'all can go up on y'all's phones right now. Y'all can go look at that for yourself. Right? But when you look at the video, the one officer is telling her to cut the car off, get out of the car. Repeatedly, she was told, they were told, because she wasn't the only person in the car. They were repeatedly told to get out of the car. They did not. They proceeded to cut the ignition on and accelerate the vehicle while Connor Grubb was in front of it. Like I said, she didn't like hit him hard, like knock him off his feet. She down near did though. She actually, in fact, did ram him with the car, which at that point, he had the right to use whatever force he deemed necessary to make that vehicle stop. Because now, you're not just at this point, you're stealing. You basically could say it was robbery. Now you're assaulting the officer. When them police tell you to stop, freeze, don't move. If you do not do that, I'm not saying they give them the right to shoot you or even off you, considering the circumstances though. But in a situation like this, where you were told to stop and get out of the vehicle and you did not, you proceeded to cut your vehicle on and try to leave. In the process of doing that, you hit a cop. I don't care if you barely scathed his shin or something with your car. You hit him with his car. At that point, they can use deadly force to make you stop. There was no way that Connor Grubb was going to get charged with murder. It was just, convicted of it. It was just not going to happen. It just wasn't going to happen, y'all. It just wasn't going to happen, y'all. And like I said, man, rest in the essence to Kaya, man. But look at our sister Takai. She's the perfect representation of majority of young Black females just like her all across America. Young, 2 kids, ain't married, single mom, living in the hood somewhere, maybe on Section 8, getting food stamps, ratchet, ghetto, lace front wigs, blonde weave, all that stuff. To act like this stuff isn't contributing to the issues, which contribute to the other issues in the homes that these type of moms like Takia are presiding over with 2 little children, pregnant with 1, breastfeeding, in essence, to Takai and that baby that did not make it, man. Furthermore, Takaya went on a shopping theft spree while pregnant. Are we going to ignore that? Are we going to ignore the things amongst our society and our community that contributed to that type of behavior being displayed and act like this ain't something? I could get up here and show y'all some videos of ratchet ass black women all across fucking America. I could do a whole show on that alone, just showing y'all footage of the ratchetness that I'm talking about. To sit up here and act like this doesn't exist or act like it's not a serious issue, to act like it's not something that is reflective nationwide in our community, and it doesn't have a negative aspect, negative input, negative influence on our collective image. And if y'all don't think that's important, that's for you to think it's not important. I ain't gonna tell you what you should or shouldn't be thinking. But if you think it's not, something wrong with you. And if you think this is not contributing, if you think not addressing this, not getting some type of modicum of understanding or coming to a place to where we can actually have this conversation of what are the things that are leading and contributing to this ratchet ass culture being exuded by our women. Because ultimately they led to one of our sisters, once again, Takaya, being offed by an officer. Right? What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, man. And when we talk about this situation, Takaya was wrong. She was all the way in the wrong. Before she even walked foot in Kroger, she was dead ass wrong. Her and everybody else in that car. See, Connor Grubb should not, I don't think he should have been charged with Takaya's unaliving. I don't think he should. He was doing his job. Understand what I mean when I say that, because that was what he was doing. That's why he didn't get charged with it. Could he have handled it different? Yes, he could have shot the tires out and prevented the car from moving if he wanted to fire his pistol. But understand, by the nature of his job, he did his job, y'all. As crazy as that sounds, as much of us don't want to hear that or accept that, it's true. Takaya and everybody else in that car with her was dead wrong. The other girls that was with her, I think it was 2 other girls in the car with her, they should have been charged with Takaya's body. They should have been charged with her murder. Just like if I sit up here and me, just using that as an example, if me and King Els go hit a lick, and in the process of us hitting that lick, I blame somebody, and we all get caught as a result of that, they're going to charge everybody with that body. Everybody's going to get charged with murder. Not just me. Right? If me and King L go hit a lick, and as a result of me hitting the lick, us hitting the lick, L get bodied, L gets caught in the crossfire and dies, I'm going to get charged with that body. And vice versa. I need y'all to understand that. If you and 1 or more people are going to commit a crime and y'all get caught for it, and in y'all's crime committing party, 1 or more of y'all become unalived, whoever survives is the person who's going to get charged with y'all's body, even though somebody else offed y'all. Why would we think it would be any different in this situation? Why did the other people in the car with Takai not get charged with her murder? Because that's who should have got charged with it. That's who would have got charged with it if it would have been me and two of my homies doing the same thing. And I be seeing these platforms of goofy chicks going there talking about some black men don't get held accountable. Man, I got 3 numbers. I'm not proud of that. Tell that to the plethora of young black dudes in the joint right now doing hella time in the joint. The truth of the matter with this situation, had this been black boys or young men involved, oh, they would have got no type of, man, listen, this wouldn't even have made the news to the extent that it did. And to further go into the whole, situation of how people can try to say people trying to use this situation as a gender war discussion time. No, man, it's not, because if Takai would have been a guy, a black guy, y'all think she would be getting the mercy and remorse again? They'd have said, nope, them little niggas went up in that Kroger trying to steal. They done hit that officer with the car. They got what they had coming. And that's what a lot of people were saying in this situation. That's what a lot of people were saying in this situation. Right? Yeah, man, I'm about to drop the link for y'all, man. I want to get some of y'all people's opinion and y'all take on this, man. Was justice served? Is this justice? Yeah. I'm gonna have to say yeah. If it's not, then what is? What would y'all have had happen? Because Conor Grubb, like, it's not like the situation with our sister, who the one cop shot and told her, I'm gonna shoot you in the head, and then goes to shoot her in the head. It's not like that. It's not like Conor said, if you don't stop the car, I'm gonna shoot you in the face. So there's no way we could say that Conor went out there with the intentions of offing Takaya. That wasn't his intention. He told Takaya to stop him and another officer numerous times. More than 3. Is this justice? I want to get y'all's opinion on this, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share social engineering. Put a number 11 in the chat. Put a number 11 in the comments section. Everybody typing in on Facebook. Is this justice? Was justice served? I'm going to have to say yes. Very unfortunate that our young sister had to lose her life and the life of that little baby that was growing inside her. But justice was served, man. And I don't even hate to admit that. I'm disappointed to have to say that, right? The reason why I say I'm disappointed is because of my people are so blinded by emotion and racial tension when there really shouldn't be any. And I understand it, I get it, but I would like to think after all these years of us going through this racial stuff, we'd be able to differentiate when a situation involving a white cop and a black person is not racially fueled. It's not racially charged. It's not based off of Takaya being black and Conor being a white cop. He's a cop in Blendon Township. Ain't no black people living in no Blendon Township, not a lot anyway. Even more, ain't no black people, not a lot anyway, on Blendon Township Police Force. That area is not where a lot of black folks stay. So why, I mean, we shouldn't expect a black officer to be on the scene. We should be expecting a white officer. There was nothing racially fueled about this. Connor didn't have no history of being a rogue cop that shoot innocent black chicks. He ain't had no record of that. He was actually a stand-up dude. Straightforward cop, good record. Pretty decent guy, regular guy. And to any of y'all people who can't think clearly for yourselves out there who would say, oh, you taking over the rub. I'm not taking over him. I'm just really stating the truth. I don't know Connor Grubb. But for me to sit up here and say that the reason why he did what he did is because he's a racist white cop who wanted, man, get out of here. There's no evidence of that at all. He ain't a member of no type of nothing. Connor ain't involved with no type of white supremacist nothing. I did thorough research into Connor Grubb. He ain't involved with none of that. He is squeaky clean, regular, average white boy who became a cop. That's it. He go to work, do his job, go home, take care of his family, like most people who are officers does. He doesn't have a record of being a troublemaker, of harassing black folks, or any of that. That's not me taking up. That's not me having it. That's just the facts. That's just the truth. You ask me, yes, justice was served in this case. There was no way Connor Grubb was going to get convicted of murder in the process of doing his job correctly too. Now, like I said, he could have absolutely chose to not shoot Takaya. I mean, but I'm not Connor. Connor felt like his life was in danger. He felt the only course of action for him to eliminate the threat was to do what he did. None of y'all ain't been in no situation like that. None of y'all have been in a situation like this. Y'all ain't been in a situation where you have to judge at the snap of a moment if is this person going to turn around and hit you with a car again? Does this person have a gun about to start shooting at you? You don't know how your mind going to operate in a emotionally fueled situation like that. You don't know what we can all sit up here and say, well, if it would have been me, I would have shot the tires out and I would have did that. I mean, that's cool. And that's actually would have been the better option, but you don't know what you would have did in that situation. I would have asked I can't stand that. I don't do that, man. Because to be honest, in situations like this that I've never been, I don't know how I would have responded. I don't know if I would have responded being a black cop. I don't know if I would have responded like that or not. Maybe I would have did the same thing. I don't know the situation. I can think about what I like to say I would not have done. I would like to think that I would use my better judgment in the heat of the moment. Most of y'all ain't never even shot a gun before at a goddamn target at the damn range, let alone even got into an actual fight with somebody. So for people when this happened to just be sitting up here saying like, oh, I would have did this and he could have did that, man, shut up, man. Am I saying that Connor could not have done something different? No, as I repeatedly said throughout the show, he absolutely could have done something better. But what does that tell y'all? If his first reaction, like most cops' reaction in these situations, ones that are not racially fueled, ones that are just a product of some ratchet ghetto-ass shit like this, a ratchet ghetto-ass black woman who is going to a store to intentionally steal, break the law, and upon being caught by the police is so caught up in her delusion that she thinks she's untouchable and she thinks she can't do nothing wrong and she's not accountable. And you're talking to a cop. This cop is telling you to get out of the car. This is an officer of the law. You have just been found guilty of stealing, i.e. even robbery at this point. And you think you can just tell the cop, no, you're going to do what you want and think it's going to work out in your favor. That's just not how this goes, y'all. And what upsets me the most about this case is that Takai is supposed to be here. Takai was supposed to cut that car off, put it in park, and she's supposed to get her ass out that car, as is everybody else in that car was supposed to do what the cops told them to do, as y'all was dead ass wrong. Y'all were wrong. Y'all got caught stealing, which is against the law. And in the process of just doing whatever you felt you wanted to do, you lost your life in the process, sister. That and the life of your unborn child, which is just sad. Everybody in that car who was with Takaya, who was in the store stealing with her, should have been charged with the unaliving of her and her daughter. Or my fault, because I don't know if it was a baby girl now. Let me take that back. Whatever little boy, little girl was developing within her womb, which didn't make it, whoever was in that car with Takai, they should have been charged with this. But they weren't, though. They have not been. It's been 2 years. One person who should absolutely not have been charged with her murder, and it's not even it's not a murder, y'all. This is an involuntary manslaughter, right? Or something along that lines. I'm about to drop the link, man. Anybody want to come up, man? Y'all can come up, man. Speak on this, add to the situation. Maybe y'all know some information we don't know. If y'all do, it's more than welcome. This is an open platform. As long as you come up here with respect, you're going to get it, man. Rest in the essence to our sister Takaya, man. It's very unfortunate that this young lady lost her life that day. All right. And when this happened, I was so disappointed and upset and angry at my black people in Columbus, Ohio, because y'all really tried to turn this into a racial issue. And it is not. It was not. It was not a racial issue at all. Y'all made it a racial issue by saying this because he's a white cop. And she's a black girl who went up to the damn Kroger to steal and got caught. And when got caught, didn't stop and turned it into a whole different situation. Like, I could sit up here and go on YouTube and show y'all plenty of videos of black chicks driving drunk, getting caught stealing, being defiant with the police, just like this. As if they didn't break the law, as if the law doesn't apply to them. As I sit up here, excuse me, y'all. I sit up here and see these other platforms, right? The so-called pro-black non-content creating people, right? Right? And I ain't got no problem with it because one thing for sure, two things for certain, over here at Real Talk Podcast, we hold everybody accountable, regardless of race, color, creed, skin color, religion, ethnicity, culture, whatever, political view. Everybody gonna get held to the same level of accountability, right or wrong, no matter who you are. And we ain't afraid to address the serious thing. We're going to talk about everything over here. We ain't sweeping nothing under the rug. Right? It really pissed me off that in my city of Columbus, Ohio, that y'all really tried to turn this into a racial situation. And it just wasn't, man. It just wasn't. This was merely a case of a ratchet-ass black female and some of her ratchet-ass friends want to steal alcohol to fuel their party, weekend celebration, whatever. And when caught stealing, felt that they were above the law and did not have to stop, did not have to get out the car. As if, and this is my whole thing. What did y'all think was going to happen? Like, what was so what Connor was supposed to just let her drive off? He could have did that. He absolutely could have done that. It's not like he would have got fined or fired if he let the people get away with whatever they got caught stealing. They would eventually have gotten caught because, mind you, they were on camera. They were on camera. Even on police body cam, they were the license plates and everything. So Takai was not going to get away with that. She might have got away at the time, but eventually she wouldn't have got away. And I think this just was very sad that in my community, in my city, y'all really tried to make this a racial issue. And it divided our city, it divided the city up so much, man. And now we have like this, you know, and this didn't even happen with Columbus police. This was Blendon Township. So it ain't even a lot of us it ain't even a lot of black folks that live out there. That's like Westerville, Blendon Township, New Albany, all that area converging on each other. More Westerville than anything else. Right? Like, seriously, man. There ain't a lot of black folks that live over there, man. Like, seriously. You know? I just think it's very unfortunate that Takai lost her life due to her ratchet behavior. Her ratchet influences from the community where we can go see thousands of Takayas, thousands of single moms raising children by themselves, not in financial standings that's suitable to provide a stable household for that situation. To the point to where a collective decision amongst her and whoever her cohorts were to go to that Kroger of all Krogers, they go to that Kroger with the sole intentions of stealing alcohol. And as a result, Takai unfortunately lost her life. There was nothing racially fueled about this. Nothing. Connor's not a racist. He ain't connected or affiliated with any 1%er groups, any fraternal organizations, any neo-Nazi organizations, or none of that. He's a stand-up guy. I told you I did thorough research into Connor Grubb. He come from a decent family, right? He has a very clean record. Like, Connor's a pretty straightforward, narrow guy. It's the regular, average white guy that's a cop. That happened to be a cop. wasn't racially fueled. Connor didn't shoot Takai because she was black. It's not why he did it. Unlike no, hold on here. What was I'm forgetting her damn name. Man, forgive me, y'all. What was the name of our sister who the cop just got found guilty of offing? Our sister in I think right in St. Louis, I want to say. What's our sister's name, man? They tried to say she threw she was trying to throw some hot water on her or something. What's our sister's name, man? It's just escaping me right now. I know I did a show and I can't think of it right now. Sonia, what's our sister's name? Sonia something. I'm gonna just go look for my video so I can see it for myself, man. What's our sister's name, y'all? I'm gonna find it. Yeah, Sonia Massey. Yeah, 92 Dolo. Good looking out, bro. Sonia Massey. Right? Our sister Sonia Massey. Yeah, Sean Grayson. It ain't like Connor was on some Sean Grayson type shit. Connor didn't say, get out the car, I'm going to shoot you in your face. I'm going to shoot through the window. I'm going to fire my gun. Connor didn't do that. The other officer and Connor repeatedly told Takaya to cut the car off. Get out the car numerous times. It was a complete different situation. Sean Grayson's life or his partners or their physical bodies were at no point in any type of danger from Sonia. I can't say the same in this case. Connor actually was hit with the car by Sonia. She actually hit him with the car. It's a sad situation, man, you know. And all, like I say, man, you know, when it comes to situations like this, man, we got to be honest, man. We got to keep it 100. We got to keep it 1,000 on this, man. And like I say, we can't ignore the underlying issue. This is a result of the culmination of ghetto-ass, ratchet-ass culture, the things that are inflicting our community, single motherhood, poverty, ratchet culture, thought culture, YN culture, gangster culture, thug culture, feminism, thinking you above the law just because you a female, thinking that things don't apply to you. Right? All of these things factor in to this situation. Whether y'all want to admit it or not, I personally don't care. Because I'm going to keep it 1,000 across the board. You know? And like I said, when it comes to this story, one of the things that really bothered me about this in my city is how everybody was trying to make this into a racial issue. Trying to turn this into a black cop, white male cop kills black female. No. This ain't that. Flat out. He just happened to be a white cop. Look into Connor Grubbs. He don't have a track record of getting into it or altercations with black people specifically. It wasn't like Sean Grayson, who went fired from 6 different policing agencies and had a track record of not only getting into it with specifically black people, but black women, which is why he was jumping around from police agency to police agency. Nah, man, Connor was actually a stand-up guy, man. He's actually a stand-up guy, man. His life was destroyed by this situation. Right? Just because he ain't, he's still on paid administrative leave, as he should be. It's not like Connor was just going around just harassing black folks and just had a track record and went to Minerva Park Police and then Blendon Township and then Sharon Township and then, Connor's a stand-up guy. He actually was a pretty decent guy. So although the family of Takaya Young is suffering the loss of Takaya, Conor McGregor has suffered loss. I'm going to say Conor McGregor. Connor Grubb has suffered loss too. You know what this has done to him psychologically, emotionally? That's just the thing. That's the main thing about this case that really just bothered me, man. And it had me looking at my people crazy. Like, man, are we that far gone psychologically, emotionally, to where we can't tell the difference in situations? We can't tell. Are we so that consumed with hatred and disdain? Because at that point, it ain't about just white folks, right? It's about authority. It's about anything that could possibly naturally just be at fault for on our side. Because this one is on us. If we're going to sit up here and say that Takaya is ours, we keeping her. It's an OG call, we keeping her. We got to take the L for this. We got to take this L. Them other 2 people who was in the car with Takaya is the ones who be charged with murder. 2 other chicks, if I'm not mistaken. Their names ain't even been brought up to my knowledge. I don't even know who they are. This is on us, man. This is on us, black people. We got to look at this. And we got to get honest about the things that lead up to something like this happening. Single mother, not married, raising 2 children, pregnant with 1 on her own. Clearly, her money ain't right, because if it was, she wouldn't be going to no damn liquor store stealing. But she got a bust-down blonde lace front in her head, though. Got them lashes on, though. Got that makeup on, though. Takaya represents the overwhelmingly mass majority of black females just like her across America, which is the majority. Let me tell y'all. We're about to sit up here and act like it's just a small percentage of black females who fit this description. No, it's the majority of y'all. Overwhelmingly mass majority. And to sit up here and act like and pretend like this stuff doesn't contribute to our collective image and the things like this that happen and blame it on racism, that's counterproductive. That's disingenuous and it's not honest at all. It's actually very cowardly. It's some soft ass shit, you ask me. You fake ass, so-called pro-black ass dudes don't want to address these chicks. and check them and hold them accountable for this shit. Because y'all afraid of losing their support. I don't give a damn about that. I care about the truth, what's real. And if that means that I might have to take some lashes for it in whatever way I do, I'm willing to do that. Right? Smash that like button, click on the subscribe to the page. But I'm not seeing nobody want to come and tap in. You know what I'm talking about? Nobody wants to come up here, spit their game and talk their ish, add to the conversation, and that's cool. You know? But I'm definitely telling y'all, man, when it comes to situations like this, we got to hold this L, y'all. And I say we, I mean the collective of us black folks, us FBA, foundational black Americans, as y'all say. This is ours, L, collectively. OG call. If this is an OG call, if this is an FBA OG call collectively, and we keep it to Kaya, we got to take this L. We got to do better. We got to reflect and we got to look at, critique, and analyze the things that contribute to a chick like Takaya doing stuff like this. We got to dissect Takayas all across our community because there's literally millions of Takayas in our community. Single, mom, no husband, not married, 2+ kids by 2 or more niggas potentially. On Section 8, on welfare, getting EBT. Ratchet as hell. Wearing these wigs, wearing this makeup, wearing these lashes. Ratchet ass behavior, ratchet ass presence on social media. And we're going to sit here and act like this ain't contributing to this image of us being pushed. Specifically, y'all chicks. And act like we supposed to just ignore it. Y'all got us rational, thinking people all the way messed up. Because I'm going to address it. I'm going to say something. We're going to get to the real of the situation. We're going to get to the meat and potatoes of the situation. Rest in the essence to our sister, Takaya. She should be here. Right? If she would have simply got out the car that day, being that she cooperated and then tried to leave the premises, she probably would have stood to hit with a theft charge, man. She probably would have had to do some probation or something like that. Maybe a couple months in that old workhouse over there off that Jackson Pike. She'd be alive, though. That baby would be here. I just remember when this story happened, man. I just was disappointed in my city, man, and my black folks, my FBA black sister and brethren in Columbus. I was upset. I was just totally disgusted and disappointed. Like, y'all really about to sit up here and try to make this into a racial issue? It just goes to show how emotionally driven we are collectively. And that's dangerous, y'all. That's not a good look. That's not a flex. We are so consumed with emotionalism, feminism, that we can't even differentiate, or we don't take the time to differentiate the difference between a situation being racially fueled and it not be. We can be so easily emotionally manipulated by the media. Stuff like this is what gets used to push the ideology of defunding the police. There's a story in Columbus today. A guy got into it with his roommate, shot his roommate. I think he offed his roommate. He was having a mental episode. He went and sat down on Marconi Boulevard, right in front of the police station, calling the police station telling them I just did something, somebody needs to come get me. Clearly the guy's in an emotional mental state. He sat outside Marconi Boulevard, the police headquarters, for damn near an hour before anybody came to check on him and see what's good with him. I'm talking about right in front of the Columbus Police Department headquarters. That happened today, yesterday, last night. I just say all that to say that everything involving the police, when it comes to white police and black civilians, is not racially fueled. This was one of them cases where race had nothing to do with the situation, none at all. But it did show how emotionally driven and easily manipulated with and by and through emotion us collectively black people are. Defund the police. When I hear the whole discussion of defunding the police based off of stupid shit like this, which was Takaya's fault. Yes, it is Takaya's fault that she's no longer here. Flat out. Rest in the essence to my sister. Very unfortunate that she's not here. She should be here. But due to her actions, she's not. And it really, really disturbed me to see how easily we are to be manipulated emotionally as black folks, to the point to where we can't even, or don't even take the time to differentiate situations in context, and how our unhinged emotional rage, to some extent, rightfully so, given the history with us and white folks in this country. But at this point where we at, where we don't take the time to differentiate when something is racially fueled and it's just a messed up situation, especially something that is our fault. Like I said, collectively, black community, we got to take this L. This reflects upon us, our image collectively, especially amongst our women, the things that goes on in our community. Another ghetto ass, ratchet ass black chick who trying to say that it was a racially fueled event situation, to why she got in the lobby when she went to the store to steal. That makes us look bad collectively, y'all. That makes us seem like we're taking on this victimhood mentality that has been imposed upon us from wider society. That show that amongst our community, we don't even have the wherewithal to be honest amongst ourselves and check ourselves like, whoa. When the situation is racially fueled, we're going to call it out and we're going to do it. But this right here, this one is on us. Because ain't no way in hell did Takaya have any business being pregnant, going to Kroger on Sunbury Road in Blendon Township, Westerville, Ohio, mostly white folks, with the sole intentions of going there to steal alcohol. The whole situation was just wrong and bad off top. And it was their fault. It was Takaya's fault. It was whoever else was in the car with her's fault. It's all of their fault that Takaya's not here now. It ain't Connor Grubb's fault in the grand scheme of things. And I'm going to leave it at that, man. Look, smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share it on your social engineering. Rest in the essence to our sister, Sonia Massey, and rest in the essence to Takaya Young. You know, hopefully we'll start to look at this behavior amongst our chicks on both sides. We'll look at the mental and mental health situation in our community, the mental health status of our young women, especially being single mothers, raising these kids out here on their own with limited resources, no man in the house. The father's not involved. Depending on the government. Ratchet ass thought, culture, behavior, and imagery, weave, wigs, lashes, trendy looking makeup, ratchet ass behavior, single motherhood. This stuff is affecting our community, and it ends in situations like this. And for us to keep ignoring it, I think it's very counterproductive and very disingenuous and very cowardly as a collective. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow we got some more content coming. You know, we will be discussing right? Man, y'all, this is getting wild. Stuff is getting wild out here, man. Tomorrow we will be discussing. Let me pull it up on the screen for y'all real quick. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. we will be discussing, right? We were discussing the Randy Fine versus Ilhan Omar fiasco. What y'all know about this? We're going to be digging into this tomorrow. Pause. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, share social engineering. I appreciate everybody for coming out. God bless y'all. May the Most High God, Yeshua Mashiach, protect and cover y'all and y'all families as y'all go out to the world this work week, this Thanksgiving holiday. Y'all going to be traveling on them highways and them byways, most of us. Listen, man, may the Most High protect and cover y'all, man. Enjoy y'all's holidays with y'all family. We're gonna have some more calm. I'm going to do something on Thanksgiving, too. I ain't thought about what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something on Thanksgiving as well. You know what I'm talking about? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Of course, share on your social engineering. You know what I'm talking about? Man, we got to do better, man, as a black community, y'all. Seriously, we really do.
That's not necessary.
I've got a question.
It's up to us, brothers. Right?
That's not necessary.
Take charge and take command, man.
I've got a question.
FDA all day, every day, no days off, man. Y'all know this shit is happening tomorrow night, 9 p.m. We will be here.
Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on all of our black kings. All black everything, we got black tea. All black coffee, man, I don't add green. North give you all you need, no more caffeine. Close down the whole set, no more casting. Remove targets off our back like a black team. We keep growing up the game like a black team. Your girl got a problem with me, then get at me. I'm tired to a bumper, now you got a drag queen. You can't stop me, you old as jalopy. This is past me, and I got it photocopied. Caught up on film flow, tracks and sloppy. Trying to attack me, you a carbon copy. I see the heat like Timothy blocks, and I charge for a look, put me in a penalty box. Man, I'm killing the ops while I look at my watch. All hands on deck like the time on the clock. Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black
Keep
kings.
my grass cut low to catch a glimpse of the snakes. Devilish serpents with purpose to steal your cake. Smiling in your face while they got their eyes on your safe. Yeah. Boy, that hatred, man, they make you do some foul things. Switch up on your niggas like the numbers when the Dow change. When I'm worth a million, still a grind like a broke. Take it for granted, should be gone in the proof of smoke. Better put your plan in action, niggas get you used to hope. Formulated the plan, calculated the steps. 2020, my vision, see my way to the check. Get it. Only way is up, I made my way to the steps.
Let's go.
Look, Only way to move is building kingdom shit. Niggas won't make a move, want you to bring them shit. But God bless the child that can hold his own. They want to give you numbers in a cell like a mobile phone. But fuck a cop any wicked judicial system. Cause niggas on the edge, there for you to push. Bullets loaded tight up in that magazine. Bring a nightmare to American dreams.
Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black kings.